This woman was never married and had never been pregnant, yet at the age of 27, she had a 1-month-old daughter. Mary had always been an optimistic person. Even though men had hurt her time and time again, she still stayed cheerful. She was a chubby girl. At 16, she met her first love at a bar. The man worked at a casino. They had only been together for 10 days when he left her with a pile of IOUs and vanished. But Mary didn't let it break her spirit. She spent the next 10 years working to pay off his debts. Later, she moved to another city, where she met a waiter who seemed down-to-earth and responsible. Mary liked him a lot. But then she found out he had been secretly dating 8 different online streamers using the money she worked so hard to earn. Heartbroken, Mary took her child and moved again. By now she was 30 and met a successful businessman. Once again, she gave him everything she had. That's when she learned he was still married. She had become the other woman. Furious, Mary wanted to confront him, but when she saw the baby stroller at his front door, she walked away. She believed the child was innocent. Mary moved to yet another city and found a new job. She told herself she would never trust another man again, but that promise didn't last long. She fell for a novelist. He never did anything to hurt her. Mary worked during the day, while he stayed home trying to write. Even though he couldn't seem to finish anything, Mary never scolded him. They spent happy days together with their daughter. But one day, without warning, he was gone. Mary was devastated. She took her daughter and boarded a train to find him. In the small town he'd mentioned, she knocked on door after door asking for him, but in the end, she couldn't find a trace. Now Mary was 35 and exhausted from everything life had thrown at her. She and her daughter settled down at a port town. Even after all the pain and betrayal, she never gave up. She still believed in hope. They made a home on a small boat by the docks. From that day on, her daughter Jenny became her entire world. Because of her weight and fatigue, Mary always slept deeply. She set more than 10 alarms every morning. As soon as they rang, she jumped up to make breakfast for Jenny. Every morning was rushed and frantic. She'd call Jenny to get out of bed, barely giving herself time to breathe. Once Jenny left for school, Mary went to work at a barbecue shop in town. The town was small, and Mary's warm personality made her well liked by everyone. Lots of people knew her. The shop owner was a kind old man who had rented the boat to her at a low price. Sometimes after school, Jenny would stop by the shop to have dinner. Even though it was just a staff meal, the boss would always pile extra meat on her plate. Seeing Jenny enjoy the food made Mary so happy. She would chat with her daughter and praise her non-stop. The other customers often joined in, cheering them on. Mary's daily life was exhausting. She didn't even have the energy to throw her clothes into the washing machine, but she would always hand wash Jenny's gym clothes separately. At night, she would cook dinner and wait for her daughter to come home. Sometimes, Mary would be so tired that she collapsed on the floor and fell asleep right there. If not for the sound of her snoring, you might think she was dead. In those moments, Jenny would quietly make spaghetti with meat sauce. Even though it was just canned sauce with regular noodles, Mary always ate it with joy. On her day off, Mary planned to take Jenny to the aquarium. But Jenny didn't want to go. Like many teenagers, she cared deeply about what others thought. She was afraid of running into classmates on the way. She worried that if people saw her with her short, overweight mom, they would distance themselves. But the more you fear something, the more likely it is to happen. Just one stop later, Jenny ran into a classmate. Luckily, he didn't say anything. Mary had fallen asleep, and if she had been awake, she definitely would have struck up a long conversation. Because of the rain, the aquarium was nearly empty. Mary ran excitedly toward the penguin exhibit, which she had already visited many times.
Me. Me.